show to do today.
The whole new acronym thing drives me effing bananas. Can we call him by his name?
Felger and Maz on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Let's go.
I don't think he's going to be a Celtic. And that's just from what I'm hearing. I think the Celtics are gauging what it would take to get Giannis to Boston and trying to figure out whether they want to move Jaylen Brown. And if there's rumors that Jaylen has been moved and he hears that all summer, what kind of mentality will he have coming into next season, which is critical for this franchise. I do think Miami has the edge on this, but I do think Boston is kind of sniffing around and finding out, could you even acquire Giannis without sacrificing Jaylen? That would be a big question. What is exactly Milwaukee looking for? Who is the third team involved? Because there's going to have to be a third team involved. Is it a Portland? Is it a Clippers? What team will jump in and maybe sacrifice their lottery pick to get a Jaylen on their roster? Is it Atlanta, who has New Orleans' pick? So there's a lot of questions here that need to be solved in the next week. I do think something's going to happen by the draft because that will kind of shake things out. But I don't think the chances are that he's coming here, and I don't think the Celtics are shopping Jaylen Brown in this deal. I think they're trying to figure out how to get him without Jaylen, but if it requires Jaylen, it's going to be a beneficial deal for the Celtics.
They would bring in Giannis if it meant giving up less than Jaylen Brown, and then that means you feel okay not giving him the extension. You know, you're kind of renting him for a year. He has a player option at max money. Maybe if it goes well, you could talk him into picking up the option, or after the 1 year, you maybe decide move on from Giannis or Brown, or, so like if you give up Derek White or, Sam Hauser or whatever, and I don't know how this gets it done, but, just work with me. If you give up less than Jaylen Brown, I think you can talk yourself into, well, we only got Giannis for a year, but what did we really give up? You know what I mean?
Of course.
If you give up Brown for Giannis, you're not going to want to lose Giannis after a year. That's a bad use of your asset in Jaylen Brown.
No question.
So that I could see. There's a path. If there's a path to get Giannis for something less than Jaylen Brown, and you don't have to give him that big, stupid extension, then maybe that's it. But I think that's probably too narrow of a path. So I'm with Washburn. It's probably not going to happen.
So I just wonder, we've heard a couple of other things. This whole thing with Trey Murphy of New Orleans has popped up. If they don't get Giannis, Trey Murphy's another wing. So now I start to wonder, Trey Murphy might not be part of, in other words, I don't think they're looking to put Trey Murphy with Tatum and Brown. I think they're looking at Trey Murphy to replace Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
So then, you see what I'm getting at?
And so why would
a younger version of him.
Right.
Just to get younger and cheaper?
Well, he would save them some money, and then maybe they move Brown and get some other big guy with, some other combination of players is what I'm getting at. Now, I don't know how they would get Murphy, but you understand where I'm going.
Yep.
Is I think that Brown would still be involved in some way if Murphy were coming here.
Okay, back to your phones here as promised on a re-entry Monday. Longest order of wait is Dion in Dorchester on the golf. Yes, Dion.
Hey, so, number one, Dean in Shrewsbury sounds like a robot and his batteries are dying when he talks. Number two, Felger, you're talking about the the World Cup with the streaming and everything. Why is the U.S. Open doing the same thing? Why do I have to shut off USA and go on to Peacock to get the thing in 4K, and I don't have a 4K TV, so it doesn't go? What are these sports that aren't one of the four major sports doing? Trying to make us stream and do all this stuff. Yes, it's probably revenue from them from the streaming service, but why do I have to do that? It makes it harder. It makes me not want to watch it. And
definitely,
especially with golf, you have four majors.
So listen,
that's all anyone cares about.
I'm with you. Is golf in a thing where they have to grow? Like soccer to me is one your goal should be the most eyeballs, the most accessibility, make it the easiest on the consumer as possible to grow the sport. And then when you have critical mass like the NFL, then okay, peel some stuff off and charge people for it. Like that kind of makes sense to me. Where's golf in all that? Do they need the eyeballs?
I think golf is where it is. I mean, they've been around a long time. No, they don't need additional eyeballs.
I mean, you don't want to piss off existing customers like that guy. And it happened to us yesterday because the round was still going on, and then you talked into the remote.
Golf.
And it said, well, put in your password for Peacock or whatever it was.
F yourself.
And I saw that too. I'm like, well, I guess I'm not watching the rest of this when I get home. So, you piss off your existing customers. That still matters.
The only thing I'll add about the golf is that it's not going to be on TV. I don't know what time he was trying to watch, but it's not going to be on TV from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. You're only going to get a block in the middle of the day with TV. And, the internet, as it relates to golf anyway, is an addition. I mean, what sport is going to be on TV all day?
Golf should be, frankly.
Well, the majors, you could.
Yeah. Noel in Rhode Island. Yes, Noel.
Hi, guys. So I wanted to bring something up that I was arguing with my friends with yesterday. Something about the trade. So something we're not considering is the anti-taking rule. And I want to ask you guys, do you think that new rule and them reduce, basically penalizing you if you end up in the bottom three, is that affecting people's trade value? Because now there's an incentive to not just destroy a team and pack up a bunch of draft picks, because you have to somewhat be competitive to end up in that sweet spot where you have a higher chance of getting a higher draft pick. Does it affect Jaylen Brown's trade value, and does it affect the pieces we're trying to send out? So I'd love to see what you guys think about that.
It's hard to draw a straight line and figure out.
But shouldn't it help Jaylen Brown's trade value?
Right. More teams
would want him.
Right. There's no team that's going to now be in full, absolute tank mode.
Right. Get rid of every good player you have.
So you would want Jaylen Brown in that case.
I would think. I mean, again, based on the scenario he's talking about, it doesn't do you any good to completely tank. You can't finish in the bottom three.
So more teams want to be more competitive, meaning it should open up for Jaylen. So, like I said, I don't know quite how to read it. How about Stone in Natick? You're up next with Felger Mass. Hi, Stone.
I was going to talk about the World Cup, and can I talk about Drake May instead?
Sure.
I think we need to see him play well against good teams consistently, because in the postseason, he kind of sucks and he was a turnover machine against not easy teams. Your thoughts?
I stopped listening. The U.S. just scored. Sorry.
Yeah,
what did you say?
Something about beating bad teams only, which I agree with. But yes, USA scored.
What was the sport?
Football.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. U.S. up 1-0. Who was that who had that run down the left side? Was that Balogun again?
Don't know. I don't think so.
Who was that? That was a great run. That was world class.
We got a replay?
That was good. That was good stuff right there. Suck on that, you choking Aussies. Layup. Choking dogs. Sneaky a-holes. Who was this with this run? Look at this run down the left side. Great ball.
Oh, that's an own goal.
They go in. Yeah, it is.
That's
They went off the
goal.
defender. You clown.
Choking Aussies.
Knocked him by the koala.
But who was that? Who's 20?
For the U.S.
Who's 20? Is that Balogun? Anyway.
That's 2 own goals, right?
Sorry I scored on you, mate.
That was a bad one, too. You donkey.
Layup for the U.S.
Oh, that was so bad. You suck. Oh, yeah. But sort of like our first own goal.
Yeah, Balogun is 20.
We kind of created that. That was good pressure.
Yeah.
Sure it was.
Like that.
Sure it was.
Well, I'll take it.
And then I made a mess of it. Sorry, mate.
Put your Vegemite on that one. Sneaking, choking dog. The Socceroos. Good grief.
Cameron Burgess was the defender. Whoever that is.
Marcus in North Carolina. Go ahead, Marcus.
The best is listening to Felger just rag on the Aussies. Nothing better. Hey, so I can fix the flopping business right away. They have to institute a blue card. So what they do is, if there's someone flopping, the rep pulls out the blue card.
Yep,
the
pink.
offendee needs to sit there and put his hands behind his back, get in a wide stance, and Rochambeau.
Yeah, if I were commissioner of sports, I'd eliminate this stuff in about 5 minutes. If you just have to want to do it. And basketball doesn't want to do it nearly enough, and it's taken soccer way too long. And the thing that we saw in the first match was brilliant. It was great, but it's not nearly enough, because the matches, you watch it half the time, these guys just rolling around out there trying to draw a penalty, and it really gums up the game. Here's Frank in Maine. Go ahead, Frank.
Hey, how are you guys?
Good. What do you got?
I'm 70 years old, and I've been listening to sports talk radio forever. Matter of fact, I always wanted to be on a show, but I never called in. What triggered me to call in just now was I'm in a spot in Kittery, Maine, where you get no reception on FM radio, and I'm in a car. So I listen to you guys on the app. And then when my phone drains, I divert over to the weaker station.
Yeah, I hear you.
That's supposed to be a competition. So the trigger to my call was I can't believe how pathetic that station has become.
Okay.
How they can't even be considered in the same ball game as you guys.
Well, thank you, I guess. I need to rag on the other guys.
So is this like the day to call up and complain about either the coverage or the coverage?
Listen. It's an important question. People in Rhode Island or Maine want to hear us on the FM dial because I'm sorry, world, the analog FM dial is just a better product than streaming off your phone. It just is. It's a better product. It's a better delivery method. It sounds better. It's just better. And so if I have the choice to listen to something on the radio, a terrestrial stick versus the stream, who chooses to stream it versus analog?
Oh, please give me the radio signal every time.
Who chooses to stream anything if you have another option?
It's not even close.
So I'd love it if we had coverage up there. I don't know if it financially makes sense or not, but it's
so now we got to get a stick from Maine too.
File above our pay grade.
Yeah.
How many sticks we got to get?
And was he talking about a Maine sports station that I don't know? Or
no. He might have been talking about across the street.
Oh, okay.
I don't know who he was talking about. But we don't need to do that. 617-779-0985. Open board. Call us on whatever you want. It's an agenda-free Friday. Back to you right after this.
Oh, yeah!
Thoughts, calls, emails.
Oh, yeah!
I get my jollies out of it. I do. I'm not a good person. Go ahead.
Felger and Maz.
Oh, yeah!
98.5, the Sports Hub.
ESPN is like working overtime right now in order to stir up controversy or to push an agenda. And it's so obvious. People sending me clips like ESPN is posted like you put your condo up for sale. ESPN is like, why are you working so hard to push a narrative about me? It's clear as day, but people, because I know what happens behind the media process, like ESPN, the reporters and analysts don't get to choose what the topics is. Somebody from above chooses what those topics are and places them in front of like the media analysts. So like even like people like Stephen A. Smith is not coming up with his own topic. Somebody else is, and he's just giving his take on it. So ESPN is like constantly putting me in the forefront of these narratives. Most of them are negative, and I wonder why. I know why, but I don't need to say it. ESPN, why are y'all watching my stream?
Conspiracy, that one?
It
was Mel Gibson,
A Beautiful Mind.
Beautiful Mind.
Oh,
Mind.
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, yeah.
This is Jaylen Brown. A little nutsy, a little paranoid. A little like in his own head on this stuff.
You mean where he sees people who aren't there?
Yeah, no, there's a global conspiracy to have Stephen A. talk about Jaylen Brown trade rumors. There's like some sort of secret cabal that is putting topics in front of the ESPN panels to bring up Jaylen Brown and trade rumors. This guy, Jaylen Brown. But let me tell you what's going to happen. Jaylen Brown's not going anywhere. Giannis isn't coming here. At the end of the day, Brown and Tatum are going to be intact together here. Brown might even get his extension here. And the Celtics are going to come out and say, look, all you idiots, running around with baseless rumors, and they're going to blame the media, and just get ready for this. There's going to be like, you idiots. We weren't trading Jaylen Brown for Giannis. Ha! Who thought that? What dummy thought that? They're going to turn it all around on the media. And let me just tell you, I've never bought it. I did not think Giannis is coming here. I do not think he's coming here. I think the number one reason is probably the extension, that they don't want to pay him. It's probably the number one reason why most teams don't want him, and the Bucks aren't getting good offers, but certainly here. And I can just already see it coming. It's going to happen. Let's do a lightning round, Jimmy, shall we? Let's get through these calls here in a rapid-fire fashion.
The lightning round, brought to you by Blue Sky Restoration Contractors.
Indeed. Pop-up storms can strike fast just like yesterday. That was kind of interesting yesterday.
Oh.
Ba-boom.
Took me well over an hour to get home. A lot of flooded roads. That was no joke.
That was unreal.
So you got to have our guys at Blue Sky on speed dial all summer long. that stuff comes through again. Good grief. If your home or business is experiencing property damage today from flooding, fallen trees, or damaged roof, just visit Go Blue Sky. There's no E in there. Go Blue Sky. Go BLUSKY. GoBlueSky.com. Happy Father's Day from Blue Sky Restoration Contractors. Donnie's in Worcester. Lead us off.
I'm actually in Florida.
Okay.
And I called about the app. I have to stream it because I don't get you on the radio, obviously.
Yep.
And when I'm driving around, if I lose signal, I have to close the app and turn it on and listen to the ads again.
Yeah.
So I say, why not stop at Rhode Island? Why go to Florida with the FM signal?
We're not going to buy an FM stick in, West Palm Beach. We're just not going to do that.
It's become the topic du jour.
But I appreciate everyone wants to listen to it on the FM dial. You should. I mean, I'm not scolding you. You should. I'm just telling you it's a much more accessible product.
It's less of a pain in the ass.
It really is. It's the easiest thing to do is just turn on your radio.
You turn on the car, and there it is. Every time. It doesn't crash. It doesn't buffer. It's there every time. So, of course, you want it. And this extends to everything. I mean, you want something on a cable channel versus a streaming service. You want something on ABC, NBC, or Fox versus Netflix. It's just better. But some things we just can't do. We're not going to buy a stick in, we do have stations in Naples, right? I just take those over?
Naples,
we used to.
I mean Naples, Florida.
Yeah, So there's a whole nother. John in the car on the Lightning Round brought to you by Blue Sky Restoration Contractors. Go ahead. I said, John, you're up.
John.
Okay, I'll put you on hold. How about Max in the truck on the Lightning Round? Go ahead, Max.
Hey, what's up, guys? So why haven't the Red Sox fired Craig Breslow? And what are they doing holding on to these pieces? Why aren't they selling any of these pieces? I don't trust Craig Breslow to make a trade. So is that why he's afraid to make the trade? Thanks for taking my call, guys. Happy Father's Day.
Max, just real quick, if they fired Breslow, who would you trust to make the trade?
I don't know, Mav. I honestly don't know.
Okay, so that's why they haven't fired Breslow.
Okay, but is that a reason not to do it?
No, but my point is, if Breslow's going to get fired, it's just not going to happen now. And you'd say, okay, well, then why is he running the deadline?
But then he gets the deadline?
Okay, who says he's running the deadline?
Okay.
I mean, you can have people. He's not. They're not going to let him do whatever he wants at the deadline if they're going to fire him. There's no way they're going to let him do that. So, they may tell him what they want done at the deadline, and then he executes it, and he could F that up too. But I just don't think it's
again. So, who's they, and why don't they just make they the GM? Well, so what? Henry's going to be the one that picks the prospects from the Pirates when you trade Sonny Gray.
You'd have to rely on some other evaluator in your organization.
So just make that person the interim GM.
Well, you could. I mean, but, I just don't think there's any real benefit to firing Breslow today versus August. Because I don't think he's running the deadline either way.
So he's like Elliot Wolf. He's running to Rhode Island to get Henry his vapes?
Pretty much. No, really, I'm serious. I think he's basically been castrated.
617-779-0985. It's the Lightning Round brought to you by Blue Sky Restoration Contractors. Stanley and Taunton. Go ahead, Stanley. Yo.
The trades that we need to make, we should look at is Richose from Atlanta for a bench player, and we probably should try to get Simmons back with a TPE. Your thoughts?
Okay. Tell me what the Atlanta player that he mentioned there, Jimmy Stewart. Can you help me with that?
That was the guy that was the number one pick in the draft that year.
Huh?
Richose, remember him?
Vaguely. Is he French?
Yeah, he was the number one pick in the 2024 draft. I think he's been kind of a bust.
Obviously.
He sucks. What the hell do you want him for?
Cool name. And then Simmons back. These don't really address the problems, caller Stanley. I mean, you may like. I look at what turns out that Simon's trade was bad. I mean, what you should have known, and we said when it was obviously done just for money, just to save the owner a couple bucks. And so the thing blew up in their face as it should, like the basketball gods, sort of, ball don't lie kind of thing. You make a move just to save the owner a couple bucks on a luxury tax. You shouldn't win the trade, and they didn't. Blew up in their face. Vucevic was useless. But does Simons come back and change the way you play?
No.
I mean, does he play inside the line a little bit more than some of your guys? Maybe. I mean, the guy shoots from anywhere. I'll say that. He doesn't need to step back. He'll just shoot from wherever. But I thought the name of the game was to try to change the way that you play.
I'm starting to get worried about this Trey Murphy thing because people are emailing me that I know and telling me Trey Murphy's an elite shooter, which means more three-pointers.
Yep. Okay, but just keep that 5-out thing and just keep chucking. Good idea, guys. That's great. Here's Mike and Randolph on the lightning round. Go ahead, Mike.
Hey, it's called syndicated radio. All these guys calling in about this state, that state, it's syndicated radio. I'm a truck driver. I listen to the app every day. It's the only way I can, but it's called syndicated radio.
I understand.
And you guys rock.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. I do appreciate all the support of wanting us. Like, syndicated means then what? We're going to talk national sports? You want to talk SEC football, Maz?
No.
You want to talk NASCAR?
No. Unless it's really slow.
I don't want to talk about any of that crap.
I would think about SEC football.
I mean, I could be talked into that, but I don't like college football.
I like the idea, though, of us being simulcast on satellite.
Well, that is different, I guess. And there's so many channels on there that I've always thought there should have been an avenue for that.
Yeah, that should be easy, right? Then the jackass in San Francisco or the one in Los Angeles who's from Boston, the masshole who moved out to the West Coast, can hear us.
Okay, but then he's got to pay for it.
So?
Well, I sort of like pumping us up as we're free.
Maybe he's already a subscriber and just needs a Boston
I get it. Listen, especially after they merged, they've got, how many channels do they got? Like the big local sports talk. Like, Mike and the Mad Dog, Felger and Maz, Toucher and Hardy. Like those shows they should have a channel for...
Excellent idea.
They should have a channel for Sports Hub, FAN, WIP, or no, Fanatic in Philly, our station, whatever.
Idea.
You know what I mean? They should do that. You're welcome. John in the car in the light round. Go ahead, John.
Yes, I have a solution for flopping. If you flop, you're out of that game, and you're out. Or if it's that fourth quarter, you're out for the next 3 games.
I mean,
that would stop flopping.
Okay, of course it would.
And out of the game, out on the street. I mean, you're now homeless.
Right. So if we go, find them $1 million a flop. We can get stupid, and obviously that would get it out of the game. But you got to be kind of reasonable. But you just make it a technical. When you get 10 technicals, you lose a game. You're suspended a game. 1 game check for some of these guys is millions of bucks. And you don't have to start with that. You can start with something a little less, but just commit to getting it out. You'll do it.
In the soccer game, they gave that guy a yellow card.
A yellow card, right. And if you get
2 of those, you're out.
2 yellows in a game, you're out. If you get... I don't know what there is like a running scale. If you get 3 yellows, you're out the next game or something like that. I don't know what it is. Don't quote me on the number. But yeah, they count, they accrue, and when you get so many yellows, you get a red and you're out.
Okay, same deal in basketball. You get a technical foul. You get the second one, you're gone. And if you get 3, as soon as you get 3, independent of it's like 1-1-1.
Suspended a game with pay.
Bingo, you're out.
You lose your game.
Every
check.
third one automatically ejected. Out.
It's doable. They just want to do it. They just want to be able to do it. David Natick on the lightning round, brought to you by Blue Sky Restoration Contractors. Yes, Dave.
Hey, the situation with Giannis comes down to be as simple as this. Is Jaylen Brown easier to replace with someone who's serviceable than it is to find a big man? Because Kata's not a championship caliber center, and the drop-off after Giannis with who could be available is immense and huge. So if they want to stick with Jaylen Brown, I'm fine with that. I think they could win, but they got to tweak their offense to not be hucking trees like a bunch of 12-year-olds. Giannis is not a foolish move if you trade Jaylen Brown for him.
Okay, well, but you're sort of talking about then what comes next?
Well, his point, though, I get, is that it'd be easier to replace Jaylen Brown than it is to find a big guy.
Right, no, so what I'm saying is, so you're thinking about the next iteration after Brown or Giannis.
Right.
Okay, I mean, I guess. Shouldn't you be worried about trying to win with Jason Tatum in his prime?
Yes.
You know what I mean? And then worry about what comes next after that.
I mean, to me, they're at sort of a critical stage now, right? These guys are basically 30 years old. And you have a limited window, especially if you're going to have to throw away a year because you don't want to go into the second apron. So one of the next 3 years they're going to toss. That gives them 2 years to win another title. So I would act quickly if I were them.
I just can't fathom they're going to give Giannis that extension. I just can't.
I don't think that's going to happen either.
And I think it's why the Bucks aren't getting what they want either. Who wants to pay him 5 times 70 or something like that, which is probably what he's asking for?
Nobody.
And this is why his agents are at the table. This is why the Celtics are probably annoyed that his agents are at the table. I mean, we'd like you on the team. Do you want to win a championship? Well, yeah, I'd like 5 years and $350 million. Say what? Like that? I bet that's sort of the issue there, the rub. Again, thanks to our friends at Blue Sky Restoration Contractors for the lightning round. Back to your calls in a more normal pace right after Murray gets you updated.
Now, more of Felger and Maz on the Sports Hub.
Felger and Maz were simulcast or syndicated in Alabama, Robert. What would we have to do?
Well, I heard you talking about college football and that how you weren't interested in it. My thinking is if you had a really good team up there, you would be interested in it. But you don't and haven't had in eons.
True.
So
but that's
why you're not interested in college football.
Oh, well, second, but let me just stop you. So I come from a place that has an NFL team and a reasonable, not recently, but Wisconsin. And my interest in the Wisconsin Badgers is half of what it is for the Packers. I don't like the college game, Robert.
Oh, okay. Well, I understand that. It's kind of screwy, but really, NFL is emulating a lot of what's going on in college football.
I know. I hate it. And thanks for the call.
But his point's not wrong. When BC was good in those years, and look, I'm going back a long way, but even the Glenn,
with Coughlin,
even right
90s.
when they had a real coach and a real program. I was going to say the Glenn Foley years. Forget the Flutie years, but it was at least
the Matt Ryan years,
right? Another good one. It was at least a little bit. It was a better product, and you could, there was some reason to watch the game.
To root against them, yeah. They were worth watching to root against.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, no, but now it's like they don't even bother. I don't even need to.
No, they were irrelevant. They're totally irrelevant.
But there's just so many things that if you want me to enumerate it, I mean, I hate the spread offense. I think it's a finesse game. I hate all the sideways passing and wide receiver screens. I hate that no one's under center. I hate that there's no sort of power running game in any of these sports anymore. I hate the fact that no one stays long enough for you to really gain some sort of identity with the players. It's all, I know football's not nearly as bad as basketball. Basketball, it's horrible. It's like all one and dones.
Agreed.
You don't build up any sort of currency or equity with a group of players and a certain team.
Right, but you watch the college playoffs.
Sure, and this last year I actually engaged pretty heavily in the college playoffs because I just got into a thing where I was betting it.
Despite the shortcomings in the sport.
Correct. And you know what? I think what has helped, one thing I do like is that I think it's more wide open. If a team like Indiana can win, if the finals Indiana-Miami and not Miami and Ohio State, or I'm sorry, Alabama and Ohio State again, I think that helps. I like it. But if we were in Alabama, I guess I'd have to watch SEC football. I would do it, but it wouldn't be my preference. How about Trevor in Ashland on the Celtics? Go ahead, Trevor.
Hey guys, I was just calling. We know how about the Celtics. We know how Brad Stevens has a little rap of bringing back former Celtics players. So, just wondering, what do you think? Robert Williams, he's available, and Porzingis is available. Also, I would not mind trading for a guy like Okongwu.
Did they call off sides on that? Oh, God. Go ahead, Maz. Answer his question.
Yeah, so look, to me, this is like the last option of all of it, is that you end up with guys you've had before because you have a need for a big guy, and there were two guys available that used to be here. And those two guys, again, as the caller said, are Porzingis and Robert Williams. So look, if you ended up with one of those guys, in other words, let's say they got Giannis and they brought in Robert Williams to be a backup. Fine. No problem. But otherwise, it's the same crap all over again. And then you start saying, are you confident in Porzingis' health? Are you confident in Robert Williams' health? It becomes the same crap all over again. I want a sure thing.
So I agree with that. Real quick, the U.S. just went up 2-0, had it taken off the board for an offsides, which was an offsides.
I mean,
but this is exactly what I'm talking about, Murray. Like, this is silly.
It's not like, so it was Alex Freeman that headed it in. It's not like he's cherry picking.
No, so what happened is that they ran a trap, or, like the Aussies run forward, leaving him in an offside position, and he didn't get back with them far enough to put him back onside. Like, that's a silly thing, soccer world. It is. That's silly. That's not quite cherry picking. It wasn't a corner, but it was a free kick from on the end line. So they were all packed in there, And they, so they just played it out, and the Aussies did this thing where the back line ran forward.
It's gimmicky.
Leaving him offside, but he wasn't like cherry picking.
No, not at all. There wasn't anything cheesy to it. These are the ones that I'm like, I don't, you could explain it to me 1,000 times. I'm never going to get it. Oh, okay.
They gave it to him?
Hey, they gave it to him. Oh, good.
Okay, good. But
they allowed it.
Someone has to explain that to me.
Yeah,
though.
well, the cyborg ref with his camera and the headphones and everything else, he just had like a 30-second explanation, so he must have broke it down pretty well.
Someone explain that to me. We can't run...
Okay, I'll tell you this. Based on what the rule is, and again, I don't know the technicalities of it, so someone needs to explain it to us. But if I was an Aussie, I'd be pissed.
That felt like that was offsides.
I'd be pissed. Seriously.
They called it offsides on the field, and VAR, their replay, reversed it, and I don't know why. Look at his position. Look where he is. Oh, there was another. Oh, I see it. There was one dumb Aussie.
Came from the bottom.
Yes, you didn't see him. I didn't see him originally. No, there was one loser choking Aussie that was still back in the corner. Yep, dummy.
Oh, yeah, there he is in that picture.
Yep, on the far left.
Yeah.
That's why. Ha! Layup. Choking Aussies. They're good. They're good for it every time. Choking Aussies. There was one dumbass Aussie who was late. You didn't figure out. You didn't catch up to the offside trap there, mate. But the whole offside trap.
My arse was planted on the pitch like a wallaby.
I think he was busy eating eucalyptus leaves, Murray. I got to spit it out.
2-0 for the U.S. But that sequence right there, offside should be off the board. You're setting it wasn't a corner kick, but it was like a corner kick. Where it's like, you just play that out. There's no cherry picking. You're not gaining an advantage. Just play that. Why are we dicking around with offsides on a free kick from right there? That's a little flaw in your sport, soccer world. But what the story really is there that the Aussies just can't help but gag on it.
And how about a little Packer symmetry for you there, too? So that Alex Freeman is Antonio Freeman, the former Packer wide receiver's kid.
No kidding. Huh?
Yeah. There we go.
All right.
Go, Pack, go.
Excellent. I like it.
Long commercial-free segment comes your way next.
Boston's best sports talk. You can count on it.
2 plus 2 is a 5.
Me sento un po' pacchiato perché Felger and Maz.
And at this point, too, Joe, I think we have to factor in the Jaylen Brown portion of the equation where Jaylen, and I know that we've discussed the 3-1 comments, or excuse me, my favorite season comments over and over again because they blew the 3-1 series lead. And I know that Jaylen had been saying all season long that this was his favorite season. At the All-Star break, he's posting the offensive rating this past season compared to the season before, okay? The reason this was his favorite year, we all know it's because it was his team. As long as he's going to be on the Celtics, it's not his team anymore. We saw in the postseason, they were playing through Jason Tatum more than they were playing through Jaylen Brown. There's also, and I know we talk about the Giannis extension, do you want to give Jaylen Brown a 2-year extension right now when he's already under contract for 3 years? And what happens if you don't give him that extension? How is he going to be feeling about that when you're looking years 34 and 35? So I just think that when you look at it, I don't think Jaylen's value is ever going to be higher. And then I would also look at it from this perspective. It just lines up for you.
Yes on Giannis, out on Brown. He's given this all a lot of deference. So, again, it's just Brian Baird the ringer. It's just the opinions are all over the place, which is what makes it great. 617-779-0985. Here's George in Greenfield on the Celts. Hi, George.
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about I kind of like what Maz talked about earlier a little bit, where maybe push the trade for Brown down the line a little bit and trade maybe the Derek White for Murphy and the center Missy, because Missy is still on his, I believe he's still on his rookie contract. It would get rid of a lot of money. We need a center. Vucevic is probably going to walk, and I'd rather them do something like that than overpay for Mitchell Robinson because he won the title, And
okay, so Michael, it's not Mika. What's Robinson's first name with the Knicks?
Mitchell.
Oh, Mitchell Robinson.
Mitchell Robinson.
I think that's who he was mentioning. That's who he was referencing, right?
No, there's a guy with New Orleans.
Eves Missy.
No, but then he said Robinson there at the end.
Oh, he did?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, he's throwing a lot of names.
Yeah, too many names. Robinson's obviously not an offensive consideration. doesn't change the way what the idea there is. Change the way you play offensively.
Correct. You need a big man that can play both ends of the floor.
But finding a defensive rim protector like you can, like Rob Williams, bring him back, whatever.
Exactly.
And you shouldn't have to pay through the nose for Mitchell Robinson. You should you can keep Keita and just, use him as that. No, you need someone that's going to take Mazzulla out of his silly offense.
Exactly.
So is Missy that guy?
I don't think so.
He's
no.
a rim running big.
Yeah, again, I don't think so. He doesn't, he's not a guy that has much of an offensive game based on the numbers. I haven't seen a lot of the guy, but you need a guy that can play both ends of the floor. Someone who can score at that end. That's what changes your offense.
Bill in Wilmington. Go ahead, Bill.
About the flopping, what they need to do is after the half is over, go back and review every play and look at every flop, and then deduct points the next half. And then if it's the second half, go into the next game and just deduct points.
Okay, so listen. Wait, can we?
So you go into the next game down 6?
Yep, the score is 2 to -7.
Yeah. I don't hate it.
That's just let's not get stupid.
I want the penalty to be significant.
Okay, I think I don't want it interrupting the game. So that's my one quibble with what happened last week with that yellow card on Paraguay. That thing took a couple of minutes, or whatever, a minute. I don't want the refs going over to that podium any more than they are right now. It's enough. It's enough. Okay. What I would do is I would do it after the game, and I would assess technicals after the game. And if you accumulate so many technicals, you lose a game and you lose a game check, and that's what happens. And that's what I would do. I don't need any more interruptions in the game and any more replay in the game. So that's me. What can I tell you? But there's a million ways to do it. How many times do I have to tell you this?
I want guys bounced. My concern with the stuff after the game is that guys will say, okay, I get 2 before I can,
Yeah, I hear you. And then in the playoffs, you're not even worried. I mean, I get it.
So bounced. You're out. No zero tolerance policy. You're out.
Can we do it quickly? Can we just eliminate the whole thing where the ref goes over to the podium? Like, why can't they just call everything from New York and just call it? Put it in the guy, give them the ruling in the ear like they do in baseball. No longer does the ump go into, remember when the ump used to go into the dugout or whatever?
Sure,
like,
of course.
Where did he go? He used to waddle into a little room next to the dugout. Remember that?
Yeah, of course.
The baseball doesn't do that anymore. He just puts the earpiece in and they tell him the call. Like, let's just do that in all these sports, please.
That I agree with.
Here's John in D.C. Go ahead, John.
This is a supplement to the post-game review. When these guys flop around like they've been shot, stretch them off, blue tent them, 5 minutes, their team is shorthanded. You want to sub a guy on? Sub him on. That guy's off.
I agree. That's a good one.
So that I like too.
Oh, you're hurt? You have to come off. Either you get subbed out or you play with 10 men until you're okay there, buddy. But we're not going to sit here and watch you roll around on the ground with your facial gesture. We're not going to watch you do your acting class. Are you in or you out? If you're out, you're out. If you're hurt, okay, come on off. You have to be subbed out or you play with 10. But we're not going to sit here for you to keep rolling around out there.
I told you, I'm in for anything that gets people off the field.
And it's what's happened in basketball. It's just crazy. Like, guys used to go to the rim and just go to the rim. Now, every time you go to the basket, they hit the deck. Like, they're just every time they're spilling across the floor underneath the basket, trying to draw a foul. Every single time.
Yes, it's ridiculous. Because they don't go to the basket anymore with the intention of finishing the play.
Oh, God.
They go to the basket with the intention of drawing the foul.
It's an agenda-free Friday. Everything is on the table. U.S. is up 2-0 at halftime if you care about that. We'll really dig into some of the soccer stuff after the match is over. Continue with your thought. You can call us on it, though, by all means. Please, we'll take it. And for example, I'll just do this now because Dylan just chimed in here from the Seaport. Dylan, what's your comment on the World Cup?
Yeah, I just want to say, can you guys stop BSing about the refs and all that stuff and just watch the game and have fun watching the game? Is that possible?
No.
Are you just old and want to BS all the time?
Yes.
Or what?
Yes. See,
okay.
you're kind of like, stop complaining about the World Cup. Then
you guys sound like my dad.
Do we have to stop? We probably are, kid.
He must be a good guy.
Yeah. I like the sound of your dad already.
Okay.
He sits around and complains about the game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you're supposed to watch sports.
Yes, that's how you watch sports. Stop complaining about the World Cup. Why?
Stop being a pushover.
I'm enjoying it. This means I'm into it. Do we complain about the Red Sox?
Of course.
Do we complain about the Patriots and the NFL?
Just stop and say, do we complain about everything?
We complain about everything.
Thank you. It's a faster way to get there.
Yes. Your dad sounds like a good guy. He puts the game on and he sits around and complains about what he's seeing.
Sounds like a smart guy.
So, sorry, Dylan. Well, I'm not going to stop complaining about the soccer.
By the way, the Australians beat Turkey 2-0. Oh, Turkey must suck.
Well, I don't know. But don't gag this. Come out of this with having won the group, get a favorable matchup in that first knockout, and let's go. No excuses now. You've shown what you're capable of. Turns out you might be okay. You might be pretty good. So do this thing.
Look, I'm just telling you, after watching one half with my expert eye, Australia blows.
Well, all they're doing is packing it in.
They blow. They suck. They get all 11 guys and they jam them down in the penalty area, and that's it. All 11 guys are standing down. There's no attempt to attack and put you on. They suck. The Aussies suck.
I'm sure
if the Aussies beat Turkey 2-0, we're going to kill Turkey.
I'm sure if
I'd like to get commentary from Aussie Maz. Can you reach him on the telly?
Sure, I might be able to get him to dial in.
How many relatives do you have there?
A fair number.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I got like second cousins coming out my ears.
And they're like born and raised
Aussies. Or as they would say, coming out my clacker.
Born and raised Aussies.
Oh, yeah.
With Australian accents.
Oh, yeah, whole 9 yards. You met one of them when he was here.
Did I?
Yeah, it was my second cousin's son. Yeah, remember he came in the studio? We had him on air.
I can't remember.
You don't remember that?
I don't remember anything.
Oh, yeah.
Did he have it's an Aussie mess?
Yeah.
We must have done a bit.
We did. We had him on. We did.
That had to be pre-me because I feel like I would have remembered this.
It must have been Beetle. Yeah, it could have been Beetle at the time.
That guy sucks and blows.
Let me reach out to him on WhatsApp. Maybe I can get him to call in.
No recollection of any of this.
We can ask him.
the bit. It's 3 minutes long.
Okay, well, we'll relive it later.
Look at the size of his belly. Like a koala.
Your calls. Open line 617-779-0985. Murray's 90-second update takes that. 90 seconds, and then we're right back.